Welcome to Curious Conversations, the podcast where we dive into the most fascinating facts from around the world. I'm your host, Jack, and today we have a special guest, Anna. Welcome to the show, Anna.
Thanks for having me, Jack. I'm excited to be here and share some incredible facts.
Let's get started with some amazing animal facts. Did you know that an octopus has 3 hearts?
3 hearts? That's amazing! How do they function?
Well, 2 of the hearts pump blood to the gills, while the 3rd one pumps it to the rest of the body.
That's incredible! Imagine having 3 hearts. And speaking of extraordinary sea creatures, have you heard about the immortal jellyfish?
The Turritopsis doherty, right? It's fascinating. This jellyfish can revert back to its juvenile form after reaching adulthood, potentially living forever.
That's unbelievable. If humans could do that, we'd never have to worry about getting old.
Absolutely. Now let's shift our gaze from the ocean to outer space. Did you know that on Jupiter and Saturn, it rains diamonds?
Diamonds? Really? How does that happen?
The high pressure inside these planets can crystallize carbon into diamonds, creating diamond rain.
That's like something out of a science fiction movie. And speaking of energy, did you know that the sun produces enough energy every second to power the entire Earth's needs for 500,000 years?
That's mind-blowing. If only we could harness even a fraction of that energy, we could solve so many of our energy problems.
Exactly! The universe is truly amazing. And speaking of amazing, the human body has its own surprises. For instance, did you know that our skeleton completely replaces itself every 10 years?
Really? How does that work?
It's through a process called remodeling. Our bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt.
That's fascinating. And did you know our brain generates about 20 watts of electrical power, enough to power a small light bulb?
That's one bright idea. Literally!
History has its own share of strange facts. For example, ancient surgery included a practice called trepanation.
Trepanation, what's that?
It's the practice of drilling holes into the skull, believed to treat ailments like headaches and mental disorders. And it was performed as early as 7,000 years ago.
That sounds terrifying. And speaking of strange history, have you heard about the Great Emu War in 1932?
Yes. Australia waged a war against emus due to their overpopulation and the damage they caused to crops. And guess what?
The emus won. That's one for the history books.
Let's wrap up with some bizarre plant facts. Have you heard of the sensitive plant, Mimosa pudica?
Yes, it reacts to touch by folding its leaves. It's a defense mechanism against predators.
That's right. Well, that's all for today's episode of Curious Conversations. Anna, thank you so much for joining us and sharing these incredible facts.
Thanks for having me, Jack. It was a lot of fun.
Be sure to tune in next time for more amazing discoveries. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.